Gaano magiging epektibo sa paglaban ng pandemya ang voluntaryong paggamit ng face mask sa labas? Kausapin natin ngayon si infectious diseases expert Dr. Rontgene Solante. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, Dr. Solante. So is this going to be effective still, voluntary use of face masks outdoors?
Well, Pia, it's something that we need to monitor the progress of this implementation because in that executive order, it's so clear that you can only, or you have that option of wearing the face mask. So it's an option wearing the face mask in an open space and non-crowded areas. So the challenge here is how to communicate this to people that in only those two situations that you are allowed to not to wear the face mask or you still continue to wear the face mask because dapat hindi natin makikita na it's beginning to send a complacency towards this pandemic.
Isn't the executive order and the way the announcement has come out on media and social media for that matter, hindi pa ba sapat yon, Dr. Solante?
Well, yes, that's already for implementation. And my point here is that we're giving now the responsibility to the people to protect themselves and an option of wearing or not wearing it in an open space and in a non-crowded area. So although the risk there is still low, but you cannot equate that with the vulnerable population that are higher risk. Even if they just get the mild infection, they can still get the severe COVID.
Although the directive is very clear na ang exempted, well, ang dapat magsuot pa rin ng face mask kahit sa labas, yung mga seniors, yung may mga comorbidities. So would that take care of things?
Well, I think for me, that's the more important population, Pia, protecting the more vulnerable population. But the other gray area there is that if you're a healthy individual and you're taking your face mask off and you're going back to your household and you have vulnerable people inside that household, then that puts them at risk, especially going home every day.
So even if we have that executive order number 3, then what you're saying is that let's exercise extreme caution and wear our face masks as much as possible because we don't know what's going to happen. And right now what's happening in the last few days, medyo tumataas ang number of cases. Some of us are beginning to find out na may mga taong na kilala natin na may COVID halimbawa.
Yeah, correct. No, and precisely that's the point there. No, we have to with the implementation. We have to put some prudence and vigilance among our population and emphasizing the importance still of wearing the face mask even in outdoors because of current increase in the cases. And there's still community transmission of highly transmissible BA.5 subvariant of Omicron.
At what point, Dr. Solante, should we say na isuspend na lang natin itong executive order number 3? Ano ba yung number of cases na tinitingnan natin?
I think we have that parameters that if the positivity rate will be more than between 10 to 15%, then we need to again reevaluate if this is really effective. The second metrics will be the rate of those vulnerable population being hospitalized and dying of severe COVID. That's another important metric to me because that means that there are people who are constantly transmitting this infection to the vulnerable population.
Dr. Solante, it is September 12. In 3.5 months, it will be Christmas, and that means maraming mga family reunions, get-togethers, Christmas parties. I know it's a bit too early, but this is the longest Christmas season in the world anyway. So marami nagpaplano na ngayon. What advice would you give?
Well, I think we need to, again, be cautious about planning these gatherings because until such time that the cases are significantly goes down, But for me, at this point in time, it's still very important to put more on the caution part, wearing your face mask. Do not go into these gatherings if you are high risk or a vulnerable population. If you don't have the first or the second booster, particularly the elderly and the immunocompromised, and particularly those who are unvaccinated, we discourage these types of gathering and this type of events.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo, Dr. Rontgene Solante, infectious diseases expert. Thank you, sir.